This is really, really, really bad. The SEC appeals the Ripple and XRP case. This is very important to pay attention to. I know there was a visceral response in people yesterday, but my video before that, the day before, I warned you that this was coming. And I warned you that if you have a visceral response, an emotional response to this, you're going to get wrecked 100% of the time. So in this video, I hope to help you get to a 30,000 foot overview and really look at the bigger picture of what's going on and use facts, figures, numbers, logic. And remember, billionaires use astrology, millionaires use charts, JP Morgan. Because if your emotions look like the charts and you had a visceral response, as you can see with the market, people are dumping their bags, then you're going to get wrecked 100% of the time. Remember, Wall Street wins 100% of the time until you understand. I'll say it one more time. Billionaires use astrology, millionaires use charts. That's what JP Morgan said. There's a wave of energy that's happening right now. So we're going to look at Brad Garlinghouse's response to Gary Gensler appealing the case against Ripple. And then after I show you his response, then I'm going to break down my facts, figures, numbers, logic, and why I'm holding on like a tick on a dog. Why I hold Ripple pre-IPO, and why I'm going to hold XRP even if it takes till the next bull run. I am patient, I'm persistent, and I'm not in this to get rich quick. I'm in this to get wealthy for sure, by understanding that as we look this way, there's a whole nother narrative going on this way. So let's break this down. In the back end of every video, I share with you exactly what I'm doing. So yesterday, boom, huge news during the eclipse. Was that by chance? So we know that the SEC appealed Ripple. We were waiting until October 7th. They had till October 7th, which was Monday, to appeal, and they did. And it says right here, 15 hours ago, this was Brad Garlinghouse. He says, if Gensler and the SEC were rational, they would have moved, keyword, write that down, rational. There's something bigger going on here, guys. If they were rational, they are acting irrational right now. This doesn't make any sense. He just got battered by Congress. He is the one who made Congress bipartisan. He did something magical. They dislike him so much, they've become bipartisan. The key word right here, rational. If Gary Gensler were rational, they would have moved from this case a long time ago. It certainly hasn't protected the investors like you and I, and instead has damaged the credibility and reputation of the SEC. Somehow they will still haven't gotten the message. They lost everything. Oh, excuse me. They still haven't got the message. They lost everything that matters. Ripple, the crypto industry, and the rule of the law have already prevailed. What is it? Well, we fight in court for as long as we need. Let's be clear. XRP status as a non-security in the law of the land today. It is not a security, guys. And that does not change even in the face of misguided, infuriated appeal. Remember, when the SEC tried unsuccessfully to file my dyslexia, I cannot read that word, appeal, they made it clear that they had no intention of challenging XRP status a non-security. Okay. And then it was pretty interesting. Where was the response I wanted to show you guys here? Certainly feels like he was like, I'm pissed. Oh, I wanted to show you guys that. There was a response that he had, it disappeared. Let's see. All good. But anyways, and then I want to show you this from Jack the Rippler here. This was a reminder here on day one what Trump will do.
On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman.
Cool. All right, so let's talk about this. Now, this is the first time I've ever used a thumbnail back to back because I didn't think I was going to be reporting on this today. I'm going to be talking deep about the system, like what's happening. So let's put our logical hat on. Let's take emotion out of this, okay? So December 20th, 2020, SEC decides to sue the most well-run crypto company in the ecosystem. Okay. The company has real leadership team. They have board of directors. The board of directors is unbelievable based on if you wanted a star-studded board of directors in order to become a new global payment rail, right? If you think about that, Rosie Rios, the 43rd Treasurer of the United States, who signed the last $100 bill, who said she's responsible for bringing in new currency and said she couldn't reduce coin and cash usage because they turned the printing machine on full blast. Like, come on, guys. Okay, so we got Rosie Rios, the 43rd Treasurer in the United States, on the board of directors. We got Brad Garlinghouse, who's one of the most poised CEOs that I've ever seen. We met him, at some of these events. We got David Schwartz, who's one of the smartest people that I've ever seen even speak. It's absolutely bonkers how smart this guy is. They got one of the best legal officers, super calm, Stuart Aldry. They have a star-studded team. Monica Long, she's a badass. This is a badass team, guys. I run multiple companies. I'm a CEO. I have CFOs, COOs. We understand when there's a badass team running a company. Number two is they have tons of capital. These fees are nothing to them. It's a drop in the hat. Okay, so December 20th, 2020, they go after the most well-run crypto company in the ecosystem. Okay, that was the first signal to me that I need to go all in. This is what my opinion and what I did. Okay, I'm telling you exactly what I'm like, wait a minute. This makes no sense. Remember, some of the biggest companies that the SEC sued became some of the largest gains on businesses. You got Elon, you got Google, you got some of the biggest companies in the world were all sued by the SEC. It's always the most disruptive technologies. Okay, so they initiate this case against Ripple. Okay, Jay Clayton does this. Then Jay Clayton bounces like 3 days later and he goes to consult for a cryptocurrency firm. I think it was One River Capital or New River Capital. That cryptocurrency firm had increased their position in Bitcoin and Ethereum just a couple months earlier. So now he goes to consult for a cryptocurrency firm. And all you got to do is chat GBT, go do it. Jay Clayton, the boards he's on. He sits on the board for the Bank Bail-In Committee. He became part of the board in 2022 January, which is responsible for bank bail-ins. So he initiates a case against Ripple, one of the most well-run companies with one of the most disruptive technologies in the world that literally is going to be part of an ecosystem. And there's going to be many others, but it's a big, huge solve for the liquidity crisis. Okay, it solves the double spend problem. I came from banking. I understand what this solves from a banking perspective. It's massive. The double spends problem. It brings payments down. We can move money much faster. As supply chain moves faster, money has to move faster. It has to. As AI comes in, you can't operate without faster payments. Ripple solves that problem. XRP is the solve. Okay, so there we are with the most well-run company. We have one of the most disruptive technologies. They had been working with the SEC consistently. Okay, and there's another part of this. Then they turn the printing machine on full blast, right? Completely over leverage the banks, bury us in debt. Okay. And at the same time, this case goes for 4 years and now it's continuing on. Okay. That makes no sense. If you go study the SEC cases, I think it's about 12. People can quote or figure out, go do some research, but I think it's about 12 to 24 months for egregious cases get settled. This is not an egregious case. This is complete ego, complete bullshit, or part of a bigger picture. There's a much bigger picture going on here. It's all political. And Gary Gensler is playing that role in the political field and being irrational because there's something deeper going on here. The next fact is that countries like the Dubai, we just got regulatory clarity, right? You got Singapore, other